On this video we're going to learn how to use AllIn1SpriteShader. The first step would be to select the sprite we want to modify, then we can add this component. This component will automatically change your material. On this new material you'll see a custom inspector with all the effects of the asset. Here you can just pick whatever effect you want and they will automatically stack on top of each other. Obviously, playing around with this stuff is a lot of fun, but for now we'll focus on the option that this component gives us. The first option is deactivate all the effects, so if we press this button, we'll see that everything goes back to normal, but if we then re-enable any of the effects we had, like for example hue shift, we'll see that the changes on our properties are preserved. If we didn't want to preserve our properties, we can just press new clean material. This will reset everything. As you can see now, we've lost our hue shift changes. Then we have create new material with same properties that will indeed just duplicate the material in case we want to save it later. So in case we want to save a material, for example, we can just add something more like, I don't know, like negative. So imagine we want to save this material. To save this material, we will just press save material to folder. And then if we go to AllIn1SpriteShader, we can go into materials and we'll see the material we just saved with the name of the current game object. So now that we have this material saved, it's really easy to replicate this look on whatever other sprite we want. So for example, we can go into demo, textures, and just grab this boy here, and now we can go back to the material and we can just drag this material onto the boy and it will replicate the same effects. And then if we wanted to do any changes, so let's say we want to do, don't know, like the hand-drawn effect, we can just press it and it will work on both sprites. Okay, so before wrapping up this video, we'll go over the options again. Let's imagine that we want to modify this marine, but we don't want to modify this material we have on the boy. So for example, what we can do is select the marine. We can create a new material with same properties, and now we'll be able to modify it without affecting the boy. So we can, for example, remove this effect and we can add some other effect like this color ramp. And after some tweaking, once we're happy with this new material, maybe we want to save it to use it on some other sprite. So we can go here to save material to folder. But since we already have a material with this same name, we'll need to modify the previous one. So maybe you can call it boy material. And now it will actually allow us to save it. So now we have both the boy material and the space marine material. And finally we have the remove component and material button. So if we press this button, the sprite will go back to the default shader, and that's it. So see you in the next video. It will be a very important one since we'll learn how to import the sprite so all the effects get displayed correctly.